So we're on. We've just checked in. Straight through, no problems this time. It seemed quite easy. Just got to the terminal, straight in, bags off. Just very smooth process. Very smooth process. I've actually done an Iona room tour before, so I'll put a link in the description down below for that. But I just thought I'd just give you a sort of a bit of a pan round. And also, this is a deck 10 cabin, deck 10614. And it's one of the deck 10 cabins with the extended balcony. So what I'll do is I'll take you out there and just show you, because you can see. What I'll do now is I'll just put in a quick clip of a standard balcony. As you can see, it's slightly smaller, if not quite a bit smaller than this one. And then we'll just go back to the one we're in now on deck 10. And as you can see, there's quite a difference, especially when you're sitting and you want to stretch your legs out, or you've got your table, or you want to eat outside or something. So yeah, well, let's kind of have a quick look outside and see what's what. So yeah, as you can see, quite a bit bigger. You're sort of looking over the deck 9 conservatory suites, but that's fine. Very handy for the Keys restaurants. So a lot of the bigger tables, as you can see, are all set for Christmas. Are all set out for Christmas. But the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that there's no little pots of jam or marmalade or honey anymore. What they do is they give it to you now in the little dishes, and then if you want things like honey or anything else, you ask for it, which I suppose is good. It cuts down any waste. Yeah. So this is the Pearl restaurant. So when you're walking around the ship, if you need the loo, if you're too far away from your cabin, there are lots of like public lavatories scattered about. And the beauty of them is you don't actually need to touch the handle. I've shown this on Arvia, so I thought I'd show it on Iona as well. So as you walk towards the door, put your hand in front of the sensor and it opens up. As you can see, that they're absolutely spotless, and then the door will shut behind you. All automatic soap as well and water, so you don't really need to touch anything at all. So you just wave your hand in front of the sensor, and after you've used the toilet, the soap and everything is all automatic. So yeah, not what everybody wants to see, but I thought I'd just show you just in case. So there you go, toilets on Iona. Right, now here's a little tip for you. Now I got this from my parents actually. You know, sometimes when you're in the cabin and you wake up in the morning and you've got a bit of a dry throat, dry sort of tickly throat. Well, we've put it down to the airflow system, so the hot and cold system in the room, and just waking up sort of like with a really dry throat. So when we came on board, we spoke to our steward, and when we mentioned it, he knew exactly what we were talking about. And having an ice bucket in the room with the lid off just creates moisture into the air. So we asked him about it and he said, yeah, not a problem. And what he said he'd do to us was, he said he'd deliver one 5 o'clock every evening, so we've got it sort of later on and it can start doing its magic before we go to bed. I'm not quite sure why we got two, but I'm not going to complain, because they put one outside the door when we come back in the afternoon, and then we get this one at 5 o'clock, and as you can see, it's still all there. And as I say, we leave the lids off, leave them like that overnight, and yeah, touch wood, everything's fine. No dry throat or anything like that. So just did a recap of the heating and cooling system. I think I might have done this on the Arvia or Iona, so forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but this is it. So pretty straightforward. So you've got cooling, up you go there to cool. The more you go, the cooler it gets. And the same with heating. And then if you want air conditioning, let's move it over to cool, and then give that a bit of a blast there, and that's your air conditioning. Now you will hear this at night, so if you have your room cool in the evening, and say you haven't got aircon, but say you've got it on, I don't know, number 1, you will hear the fan speed. It comes out of the vents there just above the wardrobe. So, but to actually bring that down a bit, so it's not so sort of loud or anything like that, put it towards the middle, and then after a few minutes, it just slows it down. Now, something for you tea drinkers out there that you might be interested in, P&O have actually swapped from PG Tips to Tetley. So, I know some of you might be thinking, well, so, but it's quite important, I think, if you're a tea drinker. So, yeah, it used to be PG Tips, but now we have Tetley. Yeah. Right, I just thought I'd show you the laundry on Iona. Now, it's slightly different to Arvia. I mean, the setup's pretty much the same, where you come in, everything's laid out with your sink and everything like that. But the machines are slightly older, I think, because you actually control the machine. Whereas on Arvia, the washing machines were a newer sort of type, and you controlled them on the control panel as you came in. Whereas these ones, you actually control them on the machine as you would do at home. And that goes the same as well for the tumble dryers. So no sort of push button control like on the Arvia ones, you actually control these ones yourself. So, I mean, it's not too bad actually, it's absolutely fine. You've got the different settings there. And you've got the wash sheets. Now I know a lot of people don't use them, but you actually can buy them from the shop on Iona, and it's the bookshop downstairs. So if you go in there and just ask for the sheets, they're £1 each. And you just pop them in there, in the machine, with your laundry. We did a 30-minute wash, and it seems absolutely fine. It's not dripping wet or anything like that. Then we just popped it into the tumble dryer for about 5 minutes to give it a head start, and that should be absolutely fine. So yeah, so that's the laundry on Iona.
Waves of up to around 6 metres by evening time. The ship will be gently moving as we make our way north, so please do take care when moving around and use the handrails where available. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all from me. So on behalf of the entire bridge team, I do hope you have a most splendid day at sea on board.